The first thing you want to look for in these mushrooms when you're trying to identify them is just the overall look, the color. The tops on both varieties will be brown, kind of a
sort of velvety.
Some of that, yeah, kind of velvety. They'll be dry. They won't be viscid. Okay, that's
they won't be slimy.
They won't be slimy. They will not be viscid at all. There are some lookalikes that will be viscid here. Now they may have a little bit of water if it's just rained. There may be water.
Yeah.
But if you dump it out, and then it won't. But it won't be slimy. It'll be dry. It has to be dry. The next thing you do is turn it over and look. It has gills.
Right.
And you can see the gills come into the stem. And sometimes they'll actually come down on the stem just a little bit, but they are true gills.
Any specific pattern on the gills?
No, the volemus tend to have wider gills, and the corugus tend to have narrower gills. It's really hard to see there, though.
This looks a little lighter in color than those.
Right, and the volemus will be lighter underneath, typical with a little lighter stems. But if you don't have a corugus to measure them against, you're really not going to know. They tend not to come down on the stem as much.
The corugus.
The corugus, and they will tend as they get older to come off like this, where the volemus will tend to start to funnel up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the telltale sign of both of these are the latex. And
You mean like lactose or lactose?
latex.
Latex.
Watch this.
You going to put it on here or is it?
No, it's fine right here.
It's interesting. It's kind of like
See the milk's coming out of the gills?
kind of like a fig. When you pick a fig, it's got this white stuff that comes out of it.
And it'll be also in the stem. You don't ever want to pull these up. You just want to cut them because that leaves the mycelium in the ground. But it depends on how old the mushroom is. Sometimes you'll get a lot of milk here too. But I can tell you if I cut this stem, stems are very edible. I like to use them as well.
Yeah.
See the milk, the milk that's coming?
Yeah.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to taste this. Just get a dab on your end of your finger and just put it to your tongue. It'll be acrid tasting. It's not really sweet. It's a little bit acrid or alkaline tasting. Okay.
Yeah. I can feel it texture on my tongue.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like alum almost.
Yeah. Right.
Now.
And it's sticky.
And it's very sticky. If this were a look-alike, which there are some, they tend to be much lighter in color, but they tend to grow the same area. There are some lactarius that if you put that milk on your tongue, you think everything's cool. And then 5 minutes later, it's like you've got a habanero in your mouth.
Oh, no.
So one good way to test this, I mean, it's not going to hurt you a little, and that stuff's not really poisonous. It's just you don't really want to eat it.
Yeah.
So I always double test mine by tasting the milk. Taste the milk, put just a dab on your tongue.
Yeah.
If you don't get any hot sensation at all,
Ever.
but you're going to have to let it sit there. I mean, you're going to have to, even after you swallowed and everything, it'll leave like 5 minutes and then go, oh my God.
Really?
I've got a habanero in my mouth. Yeah. So that is, that's one thing you want to look for.
Okay.
So the other ones would have milk too.
They could have milk too. Now, this one, see, I'm not convinced that this one is actually not a corugus. No, it's definitely volemus. Okay, so this one is definitely a volemus. And you can see the brown. That's because it's been injured. And that's where the milk has stained. Now, this little hairy stuff is where a snail has crawled over it and left its little. You never want to wash these till you're ready to eat them.
Okay.